Prosperity is not just about what you have, it's about how you live. The ancient philosopher Lao Tzu said, "If you realize you have enough, you are truly rich." Prosperity isn't just measured in dollars, it's reflected in health, peace, relationships, and fulfillment. Today we're diving into the concept of prosperity, not as a vague feel-good term, but as a tangible state of well-being that you can create in every area of your life. Imagine waking up each day feeling not just financially secure, but emotionally fulfilled, physically healthy, spiritually grounded, and surrounded by positive relationships. That is true prosperity, and it's within your reach. Prosperity is the natural byproduct of alignment when your mind, body, relationships, and finances work together to create a life of abundance. It includes emotional prosperity, peace, gratitude, and joy, relational prosperity, strong supportive connections, physical prosperity, good health and energy, financial prosperity, security and freedom, spiritual prosperity, a sense of purpose and meaning. Think of people who radiate prosperity not through wealth, but through joy, health, and meaningful relationships. For example, Richard Branson, known for his adventurous spirit and business success, often speaks about how his greatest prosperity is his family, health, and doing what he loves. Or a community leader making a modest income, but rich in purpose, relationships, and impact. They embody prosperity even without material success. King Perseus of Thebes was young, proud, and prosperous. He ruled a thriving city with order and stability, everything a leader could desire, but his success made him arrogant. He believed above himself, the old traditions above the gods, especially Dionysus, the god of wine, revelry, and ecstasy. But when Dionysus and his followers and the Bacchae arrived, the Thebes spreading joy and chaos. But King Pentheus saw them as a threat to his authority. Instead of showing wisdom and humility, he mocked the god, dismissed the people's right to celebrate. He tried to suppress the Bacchae rites. His prosperity made him blind to the limits of his power. The proud king, curious but skeptical, disguised himself as a woman to spy on the Bacchae, but in doing so, he walked straight into his downfall. This disguise led him into disaster. Caught up in the Bacchae's frenzy state, they didn't recognize him. In their ecstatic madness, the followers, including Pentheus's own mother, mistook him for a wild animal. His prosperity, status, and pride couldn't save him when he refused to respect powers greater than himself. As a wise man, Euripides once said, "Prosperity attracts many friends, but it also tests your character. Handle it carelessly, and it can destroy you." Maybe you already know the story of Medea. Medea was a powerful sorceress and wife of Jason, the famous hero who had won the Golden Fleece. Together they enjoyed prosperity and status in the city of Corinth after Jason's many adventures. But Jason's prosperity led him to betray Medea. He decided to leave her and marry the king's daughter to secure his political power and wealth. Medea's heartbreak and anger were immense. Despite all she had sacrificed to help Jason succeed, he chose ambition and prosperity over loyalty and love. In a tragic response, Medea used her cunning power to destroy Jason's new marriage and take revenge, causing ruin instead of happiness that prosperity promised. You know, prosperity can bring wealth and power, but it can also tempt people to betray trust and values. When prosperity is prioritized above loyalty and integrity, it can lead to destruction instead of fulfillment. Euripides reminds us that true success isn't just about external wealth, it's about the relationship and values we choose to uphold. Think of Oprah Winfrey, who is not only wealthy, but emotionally prosperous. Her life is filled with purpose, impact, and joy. Jay Shetty, former monk turned life coach, speaks of prosperity as an internal state cultivated through mindfulness, service, and purpose. Prosperity is holistic. You can have money and still feel empty, but when your relationships, health, mindset, and finances align, you experience true abundance. That is why prosperity must be built consciously across all areas of life. Here's some practical action steps. 1. Cultivate gratitude every day. List 3 things you're grateful for. Prosperity starts with appreciation. 2. Nurture relationships. Invest time in meaningful connections. Prosperous people are rarely isolated. 3. Prioritize well-being. Exercise, rest, and nourish your body. Energy is part of prosperity. 4. Purpose-driven finances. Earn and spend in alignment with your values. 5. Continuous growth. Read, learn, and evolve. Prosperity is a journey, not a destination. Here's some free advice. Set prosperity goals, not just financial, but holistic, emotional, physical, relational. You already possess seeds of prosperity, the ability to feel gratitude, to love, to grow, to create with consistent care. These seeds bloom into a prosperous life. Picture your most prosperous self, healthy, happy, connected, and financially secure. That version of you isn't a fantasy, it's your next chapter, if you choose it. Prosperity is a rich, fulfilling life based on gratitude, relationships, well-being, purpose, and financial security. It's not just what you have, but how you live. Today, choose one small action to nurture your prosperity. Express gratitude, reconnect with someone, take care of your health, align your money with your values. Prosperity begins with small, consistent steps. You deserve to live a prosperous life full of joy, health, love, and abundance. Prosperity isn't a distant dream, it's a daily practice, and it starts now. You've got this.